guys, welcome to another episode of the Coach's Corner. Wayne Sutton here with ProsperWithWayne.com, and I have a wonderful, wonderful guest for you today, an author of 3 books, somebody that's lived through some situations that I hope none of us ever have to go through. And Sam, I want to say thank you for being on our podcast today. Thank you for being on our show. And, we're all about creating health, wealth, and happiness. But to create health, wealth, and happiness, you got to be alive. And you face death, man. I'm going to just jump right in. Thanks for jumping on. And you mind sharing your story and what led you to writing the books and what you're doing today?
Okay. Thank you, Wayne, for having me on this show. I don't know if you want me to share a little bit of, I guess it's proper too, like you said, the good and bad goes together sometimes. On December 27, 2018, there was a what I call assassination attempt on my life at my home. So I work at the Maryland Correctional Facility. I'm a correctional officer by profession. On that evening, December 27, 2018, I wake up at the middle of the night, almost at 2 a.m. My house is almost rattled with bullets and gunshots. So miraculously, I survived it, and I give God glory. It's currently under investigation by the police, as no one has ever been identified or charged with a crime, but it's pending now. But that's kind of the trauma I went through last year. It wasn't just that, even it happened again on the same attempt was made on December 17, 2019. Again, I survived it. Again, it's not my glory, it's the glory of God. But that's just a snapshot of what I want to pass through. But going back to your main question of the book, these books, I wrote them at different points in my life. Coming from Africa, before we come here, health is not as that scientifically as it is already here by modern medicine. What I mean scientifically, by use of different modern technique. Back then home, we use herbs and amulet or herbs or tree or roots or whatever. Sometimes most of these are basically by what I call beliefs. In anything can work as long as you believe it will work for you. So when I came here, I'm still, like you can say, I'm still part of my heritage and culture. I see a lot of disparities between the modern medicine and the traditional African root medicine. So I wanted to create some kind of a bridge that will give people kind of idea or something to look forward to, maybe to see a balance whereby certain diseases are not cured by modern medicine, they can be cured by traditional or herbal treatment. And that is why I wrote the book, basically to give a glimpse of other alternative that is available there to treat any kind of disease that one may.
And Sam, I hate to interrupt you. What was the name of that book? What's the name of that book? Or do you have a
The name of the book for the nutrition and the herb is called Mbisa Association Nutrition.
Awesome. Okay.
Mbisa means the country I come from, and I coined that name to use it, but it's a nutrition. I can't sell it as a medicine because I'm not licensed. I'm not a licensed physician.
I understand that.
You have to sell it as a nutrition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, awesome. And so that book, we're definitely, and again, guys, if you're reading this, you can see below the comments. Pick up the books. Can they pick it up on Amazon, Sam? Is that where it's available?
Yeah, it's available. Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, anywhere books is sold. But most importantly, also, I'm giving it away free this week. You can email me or contact me, and I'll mail anyone a copy as long as it's done within this week. And again, I won't even charge you for the shipping. I'll still pay for the shipping for you, just to get the book out there.
Okay, so now since this is going on the World Wide Web and will be available forever and a day, so this is for this week. So we're at the, basically this is going to be released on about the 1st of November, so
yes.
Of 2019. If you're watching this and it's after that, go to Amazon, pick up the book. So Sam, tell us though, okay, so the nutrition that you're really talking about my alley, creating health, wealth, and happiness. I do know there's power in belief. I'm a Christian minister, but I've seen people even outside of the Christian faith that are that see miracles because they have belief. I believe belief is universal. But anyway, tell me that though you faced death, and that caused you to continue in your journey and your message. You mind sharing whatever part of that story you feel comfortable with?
Okay. It's basically, everybody face different kind of uh, issues and trouble in life. And when I can tell you, this issue has put me in a different realm. I read a book that said obstacle is the road. I thought it was a joke, but now I can see the meaning of that book. You see, when you are in this world, there's evil forces. There are different evil forces in this world. There's a force of darkness, and I'm glad you are a minister of the Christianity. And Bible say we don't wrestle against blood, and we wrestle against principalities, every forces, the high places.
Exactly.
I thought, I used to read the back literary, and I read it, but when it happened to you, you kind of know there's a darkness, there's a force of darkness out there. It doesn't have to be what you do. Actually, you don't have to do anything wrong. It could just be only that you are progressing. It could only be that somebody doesn't see the light in you. It could only be just because you smile. Somebody can just hate you simply because you're smiling too much. Or that maybe, why are you smiling? Why are you got to smile? That's enough reason.
I understand.
Yeah, that's enough reason for somebody to be like, I have a channel, a YouTube channel, and I'll be posting some comment, and people will hate you for any reason just because they can't be you.
Yeah.
So I cannot speak for the haters, but when I can only speak for myself and what I've been doing, what I perceive to be good. I help the community to the best of my knowledge. I volunteer every Saturday to the blind, to the homeless in the Washington, D.C. I'm very active in my church. I try to say the truth. I stand up when I see something is wrong. I'm very vocal person in opposition in anything that is not right, or as long as I'm convinced within my subconscious that it's not right. And most of the time I prevail. And obviously people don't like that. People hate when you are strong or very strong opinionated. Whenever you have a very strong opinion, people hate you. People want you to be subtle, to be a carry-on, something that wash over. I mean, you can use different names to describe it, but and when you try to put your foot on the ground to stand firm, especially when it's on the truth, you get a lot of resistance, but that won't stop me. So that's the only way I can say the reason. And I believe it's because of the reason and my stand and the truth that made me to survive it. I mean, I could not have survived it. I may have died as a result of that. Yeah. But God chose in his infinite mercy. I mean, if you see what happened, I don't know, I will send you the clips of the image for you. Maybe you can see the whole house, the whole four corner of the house. It's even amazing. It's not just one directional. The whole four corner of my house has different bullet holes. So obviously it was a well-planned, well-calculated, well-executed plan to get rid of me. But obviously once you are with God, nothing is impossible. I'm alive today by his grace. So that's all I can say about that. Like I said before, it's still under investigation. I don't want to go beyond what the police is having out there.
Sure.
Yeah, so, but it's still pending, under the police auspices right now. Just trying to see who do that. Yeah.
Awesome. And so you were shot how many times? How many?
Well, this happened. All I can hear different sound of the bullet. I don't know how many shots, but at the end of the at the end of the whole drama, I call it drama, I call whatever. When I came out, the hole in the wall is over 100. So police were telling me that there's combination of gunshot. It was like a shotgun. When shotgun goes, the bullet spread. So there was multiple gunshot, and that it was shot by 3 individuals, according to police description, from different directions. So the whole thing was targeted towards it. So almost the whole wall, my whole front wall, side wall, the other corner was full of bullet holes. I can count more than 100 myself. Space where bullet penetrated the wall and entered into the bedroom.
Yeah, so I'll tell you this. Years ago, I was in an altercation. Somebody in the car with me, they were trying to shoot someone in the car with me. And I was 18 years, 19 years, 18 years old. And I just remember seeing the muzzle fire. I'd never seen muzzle fire. It was nighttime. And I saw muzzle fire. And it's like you saw the fire, then you heard it. And they were close, but it's just, I still can see it, and terrified me. So luckily I was not injured. I was able to get away. But to imagine, to really be that close and to see it, it's got to be an image that just stays in your mind. How do you handle, how does somebody that's gone through trauma like that handle that replaying of that mental image?
It's amazing you asked this question, Dwayne. When I was back home in Africa, back then, that's what they kill people that committed grievous crime or murder. They kill them by firing squad. They line them up, and the military will come and tie them as kind of a tree or whatever, and people will be behind the military, and they will march and line them and shoot them by firing squad. I mean, these are people that kill a lot of people, what they call firing squad.
Yeah.
That was when I was, I think, 7 or 8 or 9 years old back then. So, but this time around, when, if you can imagine, I was in the house. I was like being tied in a rope. And you have people firing, not 1, not 2, according to the police, up to 3, with different types of ammunition and gun at me in my own house, in my own home, in the only safest place I could call home. I mean, I can't even imagine how I feel. It just because I'm very strong and God has been helping me, this will have sent any normal person to depression or even psychiatric problem. But I'm such a strong person naturally that I'll be able to even talk about it. I just want you to feel a glimpse of being in one place, no escape route, surrounded by bullets firing in every direction at you, and you're inside the house. You can't escape. There's no place to run. I don't even know where it's coming from. All I'm hearing, boo-ay, 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 boo-ay. It happened for almost about, maybe about 3 or 4 minutes, consistently, hearing that sound. I was shouting. I was calling the Lord. I can't run because the door even said the hole was in the door. The bullet of the gunshot hole was in the door. I will show you the image. When I'm saying it, it sounds like a movie or like something that happened. But this is actually life.
Yeah.
Actually life. I went through.
Now, were you the only one in the home, Sam, or was there some?
No, I have a couple of people in the home, but I was the only one on the upper level. Other people was in the basement. I was the one living on the main house of them. Most of the people was in the basement.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So you've written 2 other books. You mind telling us about them? Because I want to hear your whole story. I know the people that are listening, they're going to want to hear this story.
I have, again, and I'm going to write more too. I know you would like to know that, but there are 2 books also. One is about health. I wrote this book. It's called Erectile Dysfunction. The reason why I wrote this because one of I don't know if I'll say it. I have issues.
Only what you feel comfortable telling. We're all adults here, I hope.
One of my girlfriend dumped me some time ago. That he, after we having an encounter, he said, "Man, he didn't feel the way he didn't get it, so he dumped me." He said, "You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say further." So
I understand.
So I said, "Okay, yes." Then I went into research to find out what causes erectile dysfunction and what is the predicament, because I was kind of embarrassed too. Then I come to find out that it's sometimes caused by depression and lack of excitement. It's not necessarily a disease. It's just like it's a something mentally that you can be able to put yourself into for you to be able to perform that. Most of the time is maybe having a relationship or having something at the wrong time when you are tired, because I work too much. Sometimes energy has been exacerbated in an area. You come home, you cannot perform or whatever, do what you're supposed to do according to them. So I went into deep research and I discovered that almost 90% or 80% are psychologically, not even a disease. It's not a disease.
Wow.
And I can tell you, after going through it and finding out the fact, I basically, I don't know what I can tell you anything, but I take care of, I assured myself, and that thing becomes a myth now. It's no longer a reality in my life. So I wrote a book to help other men who may have been going through the similar situation, to tell them that there's nothing wrong with them. It's not a disease per se, even though other disease may contribute, like taking blood pressure medication or being a diabetic. But in my case, I have none of those. So it has something to do with your state of the mind before you have a relationship with your woman. And I advise them how to put their state of mind in perspective to be able to perform optimally during sexual relationship.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think it's very important because I think a lot of people, A, they beat themselves up, or B, they automatically think it's some kind of, like you said, a disease. What's wrong with me? Being a coach that have helped a lot of people in a lot of areas, I've had a lot of people come to me with that. And it's not something I coach in, so I'll send them to your book.
Right. And the other one is obviously the best, the last but not the least, is my manuscript of the How to Live a Optimal Living Life. It's my quotation and references of the Bible that teaches people how to live in righteousness and to live in walking with Christ. And, it's also,
That's
I
awesome.
call it a manual of living. It's a very book rich of where in the Bible it talks of modes of living and how to live an optimal life.
That's
so that
good.
is the third
That's
one
so
of the
good.
book.
That's so good.
All of three, just for you to know, all of them are also free to, like I said, whenever this thing becomes live, free this week. I'll give anyone to any client that requests them. I also pay for the shipping charge, like I said before.
I tell you what, that's very generous, very generous. And, I believe as you give like that, it comes back to you.
Absolutely.
So, guys, if you're interested in nutrition, gentlemen, if you need a little extra help, and if you just want to know how to live that Christ life, I do believe that. As a minister, I know that he came to give life and life abundantly. He gives life abundantly. The devil kills, steals, and destroys. Don't mix them up, guys. It's pretty clear. So, Sam, I appreciate you, man, so much. Here's what we're going to do. Guys, underneath this, I hope you'll see the video links. If you're listening to this on iTunes, I'll make sure that, or Podbean or any of other podcast formats, I'll make sure that the links are in show notes that you can pick that up as well. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe, share, make sure that you follow us here at Prosper with Wayne. I do want to mention this, as always, if you haven't picked up our book, it's lifecoachlifestyle.com, lifecoachlifestyle.com. I'm going to show you how to become a certified life coach, change lives, and get paid for doing it. So, Sam, as always, bless you. I just want to say, if I can, man, I just want to pray a blessing over you.
Thank you.
That's okay. Father God, I just ask you to bless him where he's at, what he's doing, the people that he's reaching. Every book that he goes into the right hand, and the Lord says the book, that is like a recycle. One person gets the book, but they give it to somebody else, they give it to somebody else, they give it to somebody else. Oh, I just thank you for that. The recycling of the word, that the word goes and reaches who it needs to reach. So I thank you for Sam. I bless him, his family, and I thank you for saving his life. You saved his life for a purpose, and we thank you for that.
Amen.
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 So for my coaches that didn't know I was a minister, I am a minister. I believe in Jesus Christ unapologetically. So, Sam, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Wayne. I'm really blessed. I'm blessed to be on your show. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Welcome. All right.